Police officers have seconds to react as a raging fire engulfs a car and its driver.
There's anybody in here or not, but I think there might be.
I could see the flames and how they're burning up the car and burning inside the car. And we don't have a lot of time and we got to move fast.
December 27, 2007, Ames, Iowa. Lieutenant Jeff Brinkley is on duty when 911 calls start ringing off the hook.
911, what is your emergency?
And there's a car on fire.
911, a car just crashed across the street, blew up, and there's fire coming out of it.
It just exploded. Oh my God, if there's somebody in that car.
Brinkley heads toward the blaze.
My caller is stating that the vehicle was moving when it caught on fire.
Copy that.
I was concerned at that point, based on the information we had, that somebody was still in the car. So I stepped it up a little bit to try to get there.
Brinkley turns into the mall parking lot and sees flames engulfing the vehicle.
When I arrived, the fire was over the whole back half of the vehicle. I knew that there wasn't much time left if there was somebody left in there, just because the car was roaring.
As Brinkley approaches the scene, he gets a request on the radio.
Whoever gets there first, put your camera on the car so I get some video of the car before the fire department gets there.
One of our arson investigators said, hey, can you get video of that for me, just so they can watch the burn pattern of the fire in the car for the investigation that was probably going to follow.
Brinkley angles his car to capture the inferno and jumps into rescue mode. Smoke fills the vehicle and the officer can't see inside.
I decided to break out the windows in order to have some visibility into the car. I just couldn't see in it because it was full of smoke. I couldn't tell if anybody was in it or not.
There's anybody in here or not, but I think there might be. It looks like there was a crash. There's a pole down in the lot. I got a window out of it, but I can't get the smoke out.
As Brinkley plans his next move, another officer, Clint Hertz, arrives on the scene.
As Clint approached the car, he could see some body form in there. So then it was a matter of how we were going to get him out of there.
The man is unconscious in the driver's seat of the car. Hertz opens the passenger door while Brinkley sprints to the driver's side.
Flames were already to the driver's door handle. And I was like, I can't go in here and do it safely. We got to get him out the passenger side of the car.
It's occupied. Open it up.
Officer Hertz unlatches the man's seatbelt and pulls him across the passenger seat. The man is alive, but suffers from severe smoke inhalation.
I've seen dead people that look better. He was gray. His tongue was hanging out of his mouth. I thought he was dead.
Brinkley stays with the victim while Hertz races back into the raging inferno.
No, we got one out. We don't know if there's anybody else in there or not.
The two officers still think there may be more people in the vehicle.
After Clint went back up, it really burned fast then and was nearly totally engulfed at that point.
Facing blistering heat and blinding smoke, Officer Hertz frantically searches the car for more victims.
I didn't know if there was still fuel, and cars burn for a while. Things start to pop and explode.
Suddenly, an explosion rocks the vehicle.
He stuck his head in, kind of came back out, I think, to get a breath of fresh air. Thank goodness he did. Right where he had been, there's a big pop and a big puff of flame.
Miraculously, the blast doesn't severely injure Officer Hertz.
I yelled at him, get out of there. I didn't think we could get anybody else out, even if they were in there.
Firefighters arrive at the scene and extinguish the flames. They are relieved to find no more victims in the car. At the hospital, doctors are able to treat the man rescued from the burning vehicle.
30 more seconds in the car and he would have succumbed to his injuries from the exposure to the smoke and the chemicals and things in the car.
In the days following the incident, investigators are able to piece together what led to the car fire.
We were able to figure out that he'd actually run a stop sign. He was probably unconscious. There was enough snow in the curb on the street that it vaulted him into the air about 4 feet. When it knocked over the pole, the gas tank came down on those bolts that hold that pole onto the base, and it ripped the gas tank open and started the fire.
Nearly 1 year after the rescue, officers Brinkley and Hertz are given the Award of Valor for their act of bravery.
We don't get into this line of work looking to get awards or get medals. While that was pretty cool, it was kind of what I think anybody else at our department would have done, presented with the same set of circumstances.
Officer Clint Hertz continued his acts of courage in Afghanistan as a proud member of the Iowa National Guard.
He's the hero here. I'd like him to be here with us now doing this, but he's over there serving our country.
From a car on fire